All right, so I'm gonna make a collection of videos today because I feel like I need to address like several different hot topics um, in a short amount of time. And I know everybody's attention span is like that size. So, first, I want to address people in the spiritual community because I keep them as the background noise to a lot of the things that I do in my life. Basically, a lot of the things that I do in my life because I like to be having a wave of energy around me that I can translate to where I don't need to be socializing to understand what people are talking about. So, for one, the general thought process that I have and the energy that I have when I grace myself in those spaces is that there's a lot of different dichotomies. You have, oh, this love and light, and oh, just be, and a lot of people that are smoking, drinking, getting their messages however they get their messages, the way our ancestors were getting their messages when they're fucking chewing on coca leaves and shit. All kinds of ways. So I'm not the one to be like judgmental. You got because you have a lot of people that are out there that are, and that's not to down them either, that are like, oh, I was an addict and this is where I'm at now. And if you're spiritual, you can't be spiritual and be doing this and that. That mentality. Jesus turned water into wine. Number one. Number two, our ancestors was doing the most. Okay, so just leave it at that. Just leave that judgment, bag that shit up, and move it out the way, because that shit has nothing to do. Your story is your story, but that shit has jackass shit to do with when you get a download, how you get a download. Like, I can go take a shower and get a download. Like, put that to the side. Stop talking about that. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You're trying to trauma bond. Nobody's trying to do that. Put that to the side. But the general understanding and the general thought process of these collectives, and it's not just the spiritual community, because the spiritual community has people that are from religion, are from a lot of different places, like just even passerbys, even people that don't believe in anything, and they're just around. Okay, so your audience is more than what you think it is. Okay, and it is what it is. You're gonna cater to who you cater to, and that's right. That's right for you. So I'm not even judging that. I'm just saying it might be wise for you to leave the trauma bonding bullshit to the side and work on the bigger picture. Because at the end of the day, what you see in these communities is the same thing you see in communities that are not religious, that are not spiritual, that are just regular people that they might not believe in anything, which is why it attracts all these types of people. And it is what is happening in your reality today. A lot of people go to love, a lot of people go to money, a lot of people go to what are my ancestors saying, because those are demographics that have been that are out here and that have been underserved from so many different places. So in the thought process, you have to get out of the fantasy world, because it's not to say that it's a fantasy. It's not to say it's a fallacy. Okay? When you're getting a download and whatever the case may be, it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how much you put yourself in a bubble, we still living in this world. We still living in this world. So I could go on and on and on and go off on my little tangents about the love and light community, and how, because you have to look back. There's a quote that I want to bring in that touches, and it's going to be a quote that I put in every single video that I make in this little series, okay? And it is, and I don't care how you feel about who's changing gender, whatever the hell these people are doing, okay? Because I have my own beliefs and it is what it is, all right? But at the end of the day, if you don't know your history, which was in America by design, religion was instilled, education was instilled to tell the history of the winners, okay? Not the history of everybody that they fucking obliterated to get here. Which is why they fight so hard to not tell the history. All the histories. So you can feel however you want to feel about, oh, they teaching this, they're teaching outside of my... Homeschool your fucking kids. It's supposed to be a separation of church and state. Your fucking religious beliefs have no bearing on what our tax dollars are paying for. Our tax dollars are supposed to be paying for the truth. You sitting over here telling people that history is not supposed to be told the way the fucking shit went. You sitting over here setting yourself up. Because while you trying to discriminate against one little tiny demographic of fucking people, you're fucking yourself over, okay? Because the discrimination and the fuck shit that they're doing to this small demographic of people, that small demographic of people is in the blurred lines, and that those blurred lines blend in with your shit. So eventually, your fucking freedom, and it's going fast. It's going fast. So eventually, your freedom is gonna be taken from you. And you're gonna be out here thinking that you're doing the best and you're doing the right thing, when in reality you're fucking everybody else over. Because if you want to live now, you want to live in this space now, and what's happening now, right now, people are trying to get out of the trap of living in ghettos, and they're trying to be self-sufficient. You say you want that, while you're simultaneously working against that. You have the spiritual community that's saying, oh, let it all fall down, da 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 da. Some of them, because it's not all of them. Some of them are like, look, we got to get this money, we got to do it anyway. They're having the entrepreneur mentality. They're like, listen, if I got to work this job and do blah 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 blah, I'm going to do what I have to do to get my own. Because at the end of the day, there are authorities established here. Whether you believe like me and you look at them and say, okay, yeah, you have an authority. First of all, it's a fabricated authority. You came out of bumblefuck claiming that you're running away from religious persecution for you to come over here with a charter and fuck up shit more. And complaining that you're running away from religious persecution, but turn around and create a whole entire legal system off the same ass fuckery that your ass was running away from. Okay? So there's nothing that they're doing out here that is not the same as the rest of them. That's why they have a G7. That's why they have all them out there, because they all doing the same shit. And when we talking about white supremacy, they all working together. They all working together. They didn't have no problem with working with Russia. They didn't have no problem with working with China. They didn't have no problem with working with these people. When they had problem, they didn't have no problem moving all our manufacturing over to China bipartisanly. They didn't have no problem with that. You know when they had a problem with it? When minorities started to get educated, when they started to utilize the systems that were in place and take advantage of the opportunities that were there. They're supposed to be there. They claim they're supposed to be there to bring these people out of impoverished states, and make them positive contributors to society. They keep trying to say that people that are on Social Security and on Medicare and Medicaid, that those people don't contribute anything and that they're just leeches and da 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 da. Meanwhile, every bit of welfare that you get, you have to pay back. So imagine that. You already pay tax dollars on everything that you buy. On everything that you buy. And you come into hard times. And see, white people was able to fight against it for a long time because they had so many generations of mediocrity and excellency that they didn't understand that because they didn't have to go through that. So they didn't know what the hell they're talking about. Oh, you want a handout? That's their thought process. How the fuck is it a handout when they already took the money from you? How is it a handout? And then on top of that, you got to pay it back. How? We're going to do like an Indian. How? Okay? Because that's what's happening. Because whatever money that they get, they got to pay that shit back. Then on top of that, they change the education requirements, make it harder for you to get a basic ass entry level job at a Fortune 500 company. Meanwhile, Fortune 500 companies are running everything. And they not telling you that they funded them. And if they didn't outright give them free money, grant money, which is welfare. Welfare is not, poor people in the ghettos taking money and welfare mamas having babies every time you turn. No, that's not welfare. The bitches got to pay the shit back. They got to pay it back. All the housing, any cash, anything, they got to pay it back. Welfare is when a bank can, when the banks can go bankrupt and the government bails them out for free off of your money, regardless of whether you're on welfare spending that money, regardless of whether you're on Social Security spending money, because you gotta live. So you spending money. Regardless of what your ass is doing, you spending money. No matter what they want to put you in this mentality that you're not a positive contributor to society. Every fucking time you spend money, you are contributing to the economy. And there's more poor people. So if you're spending money, they might be spending money, but most of the times they're spending grant money that was given to them. That's not even income that they were making. That's not even money they got to give back. They don't got to pay that back. They're getting investor money. That's money that was given to them. They don't got to pay that shit back. Development grants, stuff like that. All that stuff is money that they don't have to give back. And that's taxpayer money. That's your money. In their minds, they're like, oh, we're innovators. Da 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 da. Meanwhile, you little peasant, little fucking project baby, okay, living with roaches and rats and shit, trying to go get you a little piece of something somewhere. Every time you turn around, it's a problem with the damn suburbs. It's a problem with rural areas. They're complaining about migrants. They're the ones who are financing them. They're the ones who are giving them jobs. You're not giving them jobs. With what money? With what money? Because the little bit of money you got, you paying to Amazon. The little bit of money you got, you paying to Walmart. The little bit of money you got, you paying the fucking bodega. The money they got landscapers. They got maids. They got nannies. Okay? They got people they got clothes stipends on your tax money. But you're not a positive contributor to society. You don't deserve health care. They want you to keep thinking like you have no power. Now, the reason I address the spiritual community is because it's a lot of people out here talking that spiritual shit and the 5D, 3D, whatnot, and trying to get out of the matrix. Meanwhile, living in that shit. Meanwhile, they don't own shit. They don't own shit. They still paying rent. Okay? So stop that. Okay? Because where the fuck do you think you're going to live at? Oh, you think with all these guns everywhere, with all this militarized everything, that you just gonna, you can't even be homeless now? It's illegal for your ass to be homeless now. Where the fuck you think you're gonna go? Let it all crumble, and everybody in the breadline, where you gonna go? What you gonna do? Oh, you gonna home invade people? What are you gonna do? So, and that is by design, because it's called, if it crumbles, you fucked, everybody fucked, and it's massive chaos. And the anarchists love that shit. Okay? They love that shit. Because at the end of the day, they got the arsenals, they got the fucking bunkers, they done had the land for how many generations. And you sitting over there talking that fuck ass shit, and you don't own jack ass shit. You don't even have a little piece of something to take your ass to. And even still, you're not even paying, you too busy in the 3D, 5D, too busy out here getting with your little collectives, raping people and doing whatever the fuck y'all ass is doing, so that you can get away with, because you can't get away with it in the 3D. You too busy doing that. You're not fucking paying attention. You can't even collect rainwater. You're not paying attention. You can't even build a fucking tiny home. You're not even paying attention. You can't even build a fucking shed before you build your fucking house. Like, what logically would make sense, a shed for you to put your fucking tools in. You can't even do that, because that shit is illegal. You're not paying attention to that. And that's what they want your ass to do. And then, top it off, you supposedly on all these different levels, but yet you're not seeing what's happening right there around you. Right there around you. So we get into the mode of, well, how the fucking hell are we gonna, the one of the largest tactics that has ever been used out throughout history, war tactics, has been to disrupt the supply chain, disrupt food, disrupt supplies that you need to continue on your day-to-day life. They already did that. While they spend their time, and this is why people like me looked at people that were talking that bullshit, racist, because you got racists. The whole time they were saying that there wasn't no racists, there wasn't no Nazis, there wasn't no KKK, okay? White supremacist organizations, homegrown terror basically was not a thing. And that they were targeting, you know, gangs and shit like that. Meanwhile, of all the people, go in the comments, of all the people that's out here, the regular niggas that's out here, when the fuck have you ever had to deal with no gang shit? When the fuck have you ever had to deal with some cartel shit? When? Because their problems are not with you. And you being scared that they're all shooting each other and you just happen to be walking down the street, so you give up your fucking Second Amendment rights. You're the reason that we got fucking problems now. You the reason that we got problems now. You was one of them. You was one of them. Turning our rights into a fucking qualification process. You out here because you want to have the mentality that, oh, you serve us. They don't fucking serve you. And I have a law enforcement background. I went up in that bitch naive as shit. And when I went up in there, I said, oh, these niggas are a bunch of gang members. They criminals. The fuck is going on here? This is fucked. I was like, oh, hell. Okay? Shocked. So, yeah, you might not believe it, but it's a thing. And it's so much a thing because when we said, go look at the history. Go look to see what law enforcement was created for. Go look and see what the sheriffs were created for. You didn't want to go back and do no fucking research. You want to sit online like a bunch of fucking trolls and talk shit because you are part of the fucking blue line cult, because you got a couple family members that became police officers or that work for the government. Fuck you. Okay? You're a fucking cult member. The Supreme Court, because you didn't want to do the work and you wanted to believe that it was bullshit, even the Supreme Court, when COVID happened in Texas and one other state, came out, and Texas is the biggest Supreme Court within the land. So Texas came out and flat out told your bitch asses that they do not have to serve and protect you. Who else is there? If it's not the people, who the fuck else is there? Politicians, corporations, and rich niggas. Okay? So if you still fucking sitting there thinking because they using your tax dollars to oppress you, that them niggas out here fucking serving you, you need to fucking collect yourself and fix yourself, because you're fucking diluted. Your ass is diluted. And that's for the white people. The fucking idiot white people that are still on the fucking fence, that they you know, the ones that they live their whole life serving, that we're here to serve and protect. That's why we raise our kids to join up and join the military. Like our fucking military isn't hoard out to any fucking corporation that's out here fucking exploiting fucking resources. And I don't want to fucking go into the light and dark conversation, okay? Because y'all got it twisted what angels are. You sit over here, you talk your stupid religious fuck ass shit, and you sit there, you talk about Allah and all these fucking people. You wouldn't know God if God smacked you in the fucking face. God smacked you in the face, came down, smacked you in the fucking face. You're living among walking angels and you're fucking disrespectful as fuck. When it's arguable that the shit that's happening to you is your fucking karma and you should just live through it. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at with you. That's why we don't have time for this shit. That's why you don't see me out here reading nobody's fucking cards and telling nobody nothing. I don't have telling them what, giving them guidance on what. Because you know what I learned in my life? You got bullies. Bullies only learn one thing: get smacked the fuck up. That's all they know. They're gonna bully the fuck out of your ass unless they get smacked the fuck. Anybody that's ever bullied me in my life, they might not admit it. They might not admit it. But when they got pummeled, when they got a whole tornado of fuck shit, all of a sudden they just magically wanted to be your friend. All of a sudden they wanted to act right. And that's the problem. You got bullies that are out here trying to act like they're policing other people, that other people are worse than them, when they're just as fucked, if not worse than them. At least the other people fucking admittedly go out there and say, oh yeah, we're fucking we're what do they call it? We're dictators, and we're out here doing the fuck shit, basically. At least they come out there and say it. These guys out here lying about everything. It took their own veterans to uncover Camp Lejeune, and even still, after they uncovered it, they still didn't want to take accountability. You think that the niggas that experimented on black people, the niggas that, and this is after slavery. We're talking after slavery. So when we say that you need to learn black history, it's not because we want to erase you, because either way, that shit is going to happen. You have no purity. Your fucking ass is mixed with every fucking goddamn thing that's out this bitch that you don't even know exists right now. So put that fucking shit to rest already, because we're tired of hearing your stupid ass bullshit ass fucking Aryan purity fuck shit. Okay? Because that's stupid. You're all going to be fucking looking mixed like me, and fucking get over it already. That's where we're at. Get over it, because you're bullshitting. You're bullshitting. You're fucking bullshitting. And you're wasting everybody's fucking time, and you're making people have shit-ass quality of life because you want to sit there and hold on to some shit that doesn't even fucking exist anymore. It doesn't even exist. It hasn't even existed. You fucking created that bullshit-ass fallacy out of thin air. Thin air. Matt, you did it because you had no thought process about genetic makeup. You didn't know about genetics. You didn't know about that. Now, Even though the Indians were practicing fucking artificial insemination and new that shit existed. We can go into a whole entire tangent on that. Okay? Even still, that doesn't mean that you remember that when you started this fuck ass shit. And we're in the fuck ass shit now. And what do we have? We have mining companies that think it's a great idea to scoop up rocks because that's going to be more green instead of fucking recycling the shit that's out here. We got so much stupid ass shit going on. And everybody's just like, they don't even know what to do. They don't even know what to do. You got Ohio that put out RFID tags that tell health information in case of emergency, literally not even a month or two before a train derailed. Literally, when billionaires are buying massive swaths of land all across the United States so that they can be your future landlord, when you already know they treat their employees like fucking shit, how the fuck do you think they're going to treat you as your landlord? Because you can't afford anything anymore. You can't afford anything anymore. I mean, you could, but you're too busy saying fuck all and not trying to make no money. And they want you to think that way because they told you money is the root of all evil. Meanwhile, their little demon ass fucking spawn ass asses are all over the place making this fucking money and using that money against you. In every type of way. They fucked up the goddamn digital coins. Everybody was like, finally, we'll get all decentralized. How are you going to get decentralized when literally the whole entire fucking central banks of everybody's fuck ass shit is fucking invested in that shit? How is that going to be a thing? That's not going to be a thing. When every fucking government is invested in it, it's not going to be a thing. It's going to be the same fuck ass shit that it is. That's why that shit's not going nowhere. You got a lot of shit going on. This is one thing I'm touching on. And you could be out here staying in your little fucking bubbles. But guess what? Even to the racists, even your fucking racist ass knows that back when y'all niggas was burning crosses on the fucking lawns in the South, the only thing that was keeping y'all bitches in check was open carry. And y'all fucked around and wanted to do away with open carry, enacted concealed carry, worked bipartisanly with the fucking Democrats, with them, to turn our Second Amendment right into a qualification process. Meanwhile, the entire psychiatry field is run off of studies from neuroscientists who admit that they only know about, 10% of the brain. So you was cool with taking all kind of people's rights away from them off of 10% of information. That's what they doing now in the ocean. Oh, we only know about 10% of the ocean. Okay, let's go mine it. Let's go mine it. Meanwhile, they're sucking up the whole first and second layer of the ecosystem that is taking all the copepods, all the amphipods, all the fucking goddamn beneficial bacteria out of the ocean. And if you don't have a reef tank, even if you have a reef tank and you're sucking on the taint of fucking idiocy, okay, and not doing it the natural way with fucking soil and sand, and you're over here with your stupid ass reactors and all your fuck ass shit trying to keep a sterile environment, like if that's actually a thing in the ocean, okay, the reality of the fact is that you need the beneficial bacteria, which is why them niggas are backpedaling right now in their reef tanks, because they crash overnight. They need that mud. They need that sand. The fucking goddamn little microscopic shit that's in that sand is the shit that's keeping that water clean. And these fuck ass idiots are out here like, oh, let's just go scoop it all up and fucking let's go get this stuff because it's better than having land slavery. It's not better. It's just as bad. It's just as bad. When you could be recycling. You could be sitting there, all that money that they spent on them damn mining boats. They could have been over there fucking recycling. They could have been over there making the land mining better. They could have been doing this is why these niggas be fucking up everything they touch, but yet these stupid idiots keep giving them money. And this is why I keep saying, when you have your money, you might be in a job, you got a 401k, whatever the case may be. If you're not managing your own money, I don't give a fuck how busy your ass is. I don't give a fuck how many kids you got either. I don't give a fuck. You better take your ass, get your fucking ass off Facebook, get your fucking ass out of the asshole of every fucking entertainer that you think looks good. Get your ass up out of their shit and go take your fucking ass online and study how to fucking deal with your finances. Because the money that you are willy-nilly giving they asses to invest, they invest in that shit in fuck-ass shit. And they don't give a fuck. And they can say whatever the fuck they want to say, but they fucking shit up. And you might not give a fuck about it, thinking, oh, it's not going to affect me. It can. When I tell you, I got a reef tank. I got several reef tanks. When I tell you that shit will go shitty overnight, it will go from pristine to fucking death overnight. And we're not talking about, something is going to live. If you don't have beneficial bacteria to overgrow and kill off harmful bacteria, you're going to have an overabundance of harmful bacteria. We have flesh-eating bacteria in Florida already. We're not talking about over there in Bumblefuck where nobody is. We're not talking about that. We're talking about right here, right now. Already right here, right now. And the wave of that water, they already show you on the Weather Channel, the Doppler already shows you where the water goes and where the wind goes. And that's fucking, and they show you how fast it goes. So that's how fucking fast. When Fukushima happened in Japan, that shit ass water was right there in fucking goddamn California, not even a couple months later. And some dickhole who paid their way through school, who fucking paid their way through fucking college to get their ass in the position that they're in, is feeding you fucking bullshit. Feeding you bullshit. And they want to bank on the fact that you're, oh, bitch, sit down, be humble, okay? Oh, they're giving you the Mother Teresa vibes. No. It's not all love and light, okay? And a lot of times, that's why we have a problem with that, because the fact that shit is not us. We can do that if you want to do that. They don't want to do that. They not trying to do that. So we're not giving no fucking love and light. We're giving we're sage and hood, and I wish a nigga would up in this bitch, okay? And you could be racist all your ass once. That's your fucking personal preference. But you're not gonna be coming over here with the fuck ass shit when we're in the middle of fuck ass shit. And technically, you're a fucking goddamn peasant yourself to them. You're a fucking insect that needs to be exterminated yourself, no matter how much you feel. And everything that they do keeps proving that, but yet somehow you sit there and be all on your party bullshit like that shit is not a reality when it's right in front of your fucking face. Right in front of your fucking, you think believing, and black people don't middle class and mediocre rich black people that fucking act like they don't have no common sense. Y'all don't act like I'm forget about y'all bitch asses either, okay? As you thought, oh, he was cleaning up the slump and all the pedophiles and all. Meanwhile, both fucking sides were doing the same fucking shit. Both sides doing the same shit. When you talk bipartisan means something was agreed upon that both parties fucking agreed upon. They didn't have no problem with fucking slave labor. They've been fucking doing it. They didn't have no problem with putting crack in the ghetto. Both parties were fucking doing it. They didn't have no problem with the fucking police oppressing the black people. And y'all sat there and act like that shit wasn't a thing. And now your fucking white asses are right up in there with us, getting fucking goddamn beat the fuck up and fucking publicly lynched. And you want us to be out there marching with you, fucking shit up, climbing over the fucking walls, when you didn't give a fuck about us. You didn't even call no brown people because y'all don't even have no fucking brown friends. Because if you did, we would have said, it's not the fucking time, and then that's not the way to do it. We'd have some fucking common sense and told your ass. But no, you want to be racist. You want to be acting like you just tunnel vision. Because you want to grasp for power that power doesn't even belong to them. You trying to take power from niggas that don't even got it. You trying to get power from the wrong niggas. And trying to, run across the finish line like you didn't have a fucking head start already. When the turtle, even the Asians know the turtle win the damn race. The fuck? So I'm going to just leave this video right here because it's a lot of shit I'm about to download on y'all fuckers. And you're going to take it and that's it. I don't give a fuck about how you feel about it. I don't give a fuck about how they say they look, whatever the case may be. I don't care. I don't care. We're in the age of the kids are... First of all, it was already before the age of internet that we were already talking about standardized testing is fuck ass shit. That has no bearing on intellect. Now we're in the age of these kids passing these fucking tests off of fucking hacking the goddamn HTML code on the fucking website. I don't hear shit y'all asses are saying. Nothing. Nothing. I don't want to fucking hear it. 1 million people went through Camp Lejeune. It's been decades. Decades. You think I got any money? You think I got health care? Fuck you. And I want to hear where your fucking veteran fucking pride is at. All that support the veteran fuck shit. But yet when it comes down to the real deal, you're fucking sitting on your fucking hands with the bullshit. You only want to give a fuck about anything unless it has to do with you. When it has to do with everything else, when it has to do with the earth, you don't give a fuck. Throw the fucking diesel. Throw all the fucking... you want to do all that. But then you want to fucking cry when your shit getting burnt down. You want to cry when your fucking shit is flooded. You want to be begging fucking people for fucking money when your shit is fucked up because you didn't fucking have the decency to go get your ass some fucking decent ass fucking insurance. Because you were too busy fucking off fishing and shit in your stupid ass goddamn boats that only your ass can afford because everybody else is fucked. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go in on them because they're already suicidal. So I'm not even going to go in on them anymore because they're on the borderline of fucking suicidal and suicide bomber. So we're not going to do that. But they definitely need the fucking tough love. They definitely need it. Because I'm about tired of that shit. I'm way past it. I'm way past it. But I'm going to move on to my next video because I'm going to address the rest of this shit.